We know Bartholomew Kuma as the tyrant, the revolutionary, the father. But the revelation of his race, the Buccaneers, changed everything. They are a tribe of giants with a mysterious sin. But what if that sin wasn't a crime, but a skill? The ability to control the most powerful weapons that ever existed. Today, we will reveal the truth. The Buccaneers weren't just allies of the Old Kingdom, they were its pilots. This theory will connect Kuma's faith, Vegapunk's science, and Luffy's power in a way that redefines the role of races and technology in the Void Century. Prepare to meet the true masters of the machines. What do we know about the Buccaneers? Kuma's flashback gave us crucial pieces of information. First, they are a race with giant blood, which grants them superhuman strength and resilience. Second, they committed a great crime against the world government in the past, and for that reason, they were hunted to near extinction. And third, and most importantly, they have a deep connection to the sun god Nika. The legend of Nika and the drums of liberation was passed down through generations among them. It was their faith, their hope for salvation. This connection to Nika is key. Why would this specific race, among so many others, have such fervent faith in a god who personifies freedom and has a rubber body? It can't just be a spiritual belief. The connection has to be functional. What if the Buccaneers not only worshipped Nika, but worked with him? Nika's ridiculous power, his ability to fight with imagination and freedom, may not just be for combat. What if this ability had a technological application? The rubber body, immune to electricity and capable of absorbing impacts, would be perfect for interacting with machines of immense and unstable power. Nika's elastic nature could serve as a biological shock absorber, allowing him to integrate into complex mechanical systems without being destroyed by G-forces or energy surges. He wasn't just a god, he was the perfect user interface. Nika's power wasn't just to free people, it was to activate machines. The theory is this. In the ancient kingdom, the Buccaneers were the race of engineers, builders, and most importantly, pilots of the most advanced technology. Their giant strength was necessary to build and operate colossal machines such as Egghead's giant robot, and possibly the ancient weapon Pluton. Consider the giant robot. It was built 200 years ago, but its power source dates back to the Void Century. It attacked Mary Gio and then became inactive. Why? Because it ran out of power. And what energy reactivated it? The drums of liberation, Nika's awakening. The robot is not powered by steam or ordinary electricity. It is powered by Nika's frequency or energy. And who built and piloted this machine? The Buccaneers. Their strength was needed for the construction, and their affinity with Nika was needed for the operation. The combination of a Buccaneer strength with Nika's energy was the perfect symbiosis between pilot and machine. The Buccaneers' great crime, then, wasn't rebellion. It was the simple fact that they were the only race with the key to activating the world's most dangerous weapons. To the world government, their very existence was a threat. The hunt for the Buccaneers wasn't genocide motivated by prejudice, but a strategic operation to disarm the enemy's arsenal. They needed to eliminate the pilots to ensure the mechs could never be activated again. If the idea of the Buccaneers as the Jaeger pilots of the ancient kingdom, waiting for the return of their ignition god Nika makes perfect sense, then help our theory gain traction. Leave a like to show your support. And if you don't want to miss any revelations about the Void Century, subscribe to One Piece Secrets and join our workshop.
This completely recontextualizes Kuma's story. He wasn't just any Buccaneer, he was one of the last. He carried in his blood the legacy of his race. His obsession with becoming a hero like Nika wasn't just a childhood dream. It was the manifestation of his genetic heritage, an instinct from his lineage to connect with the sun god. And Kuma's power, the Nikyu Nikyu no Mi. He could repel and materialize abstract concepts. It's almost like a high-level engineering power, capable of manipulating forces and energies. And what did Vegapunk do with him? He turned him into a cyborg, a pacifista. Vegapunk wasn't just creating a weapon, he was, perhaps unconsciously, trying to recreate the original symbiosis, the fusion of a buccaneer with technology. And now in Egghead, Kuma's cyborg body, without a will of its own, has climbed the red line and traveled halfway around the world driven by a single instinct: to protect Bonnie. This isn't just fatherly love. It's the fundamental programming of a buccaneer to protect what's important, a mission etched into their soul. And Bonnie? Her power to manipulate the future and the ages may be the final key. She could use her distorted future to transform into Nika, and, if she has buccaneer blood, perhaps she could, for a brief moment, pilot the giant robot herself. Bonnie's lineage, which Saturn seems so interested in studying, may contain the genetic compatibility key that allows a buccaneer to synchronize with ancient technology. The world government didn't hunt the buccaneers out of hatred. They hunted them to steal their technology and ensure no one else could use it. The Seraphim with buccaneer blood are proof of that. This brings us to the climax of Egghead and the story. The giant robot has been reactivated by Luffy's drums, but it's still incomplete. It has the ignition, Nika, but it lacks the pilot. And who's there? Bonnie, the heiress of the buccaneer bloodline. The turning point in Egghead's battle won't just be Luffy defeating Saturn. It will be Bonnie, perhaps in an act of desperation to save her father or Luffy, somehow connecting with the giant robot. Maybe she'll touch the robot and use her power to age it to its peak. Or maybe she'll use her distorted future to become a skilled pilot like her ancestors. The combination of Nika's power, energizing the machine, and the blood of a buccaneer at the helm will finally activate the robot to its full capacity for the first time in centuries. This will be a recreation of the partnership that defined the power of the Old Kingdom. Nika and the Buccaneers, fighting side by side. The weapon that attacked Mary Joyce in the past will awaken to defend the new Joy Boy. And the world government, which has spent 800 years trying to separate these two pieces, will see them unite right before its eyes. The robot, when piloted by Bonnie, can even access residual memories or data from the Void Century stored in its system, revealing crucial information about the war and the true nature of Joy Boy. The Buccaneer Mace was not a tribe of savage giants. They were the technological heart of the ancient kingdom, the guardians and pilots of an age of wonder. Their sin was their very existence, their innate connection to the power of Nika, the only combination capable of operating the world's most powerful creations. Kuma's story is the tragedy of a pilot without his machine and an unwavering faith in a god who had not yet returned. And Egghead's climax will be the redemption of his race, when his daughter, alongside the new sun god, finally ignites the engine of liberation once more. The Buccaneers were not erased from history. They were just waiting for the sound of the drums to march again. Bonnie's struggle to understand her father will lead her to discover the legacy of her entire race, transforming her personal journey into a pivotal piece for the liberation of the world. Kuma couldn't be Nika, but he gave birth to the person who will help the true Nika change the world. But what about you? Do you think Bonnie will pilot the giant robot? What other secret are the Buccaneers hiding? Leave your theory in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.